Good morning and welcome to another I Love Shipple Wednesday. Wednesdays are my favorite days now.
Me too.
They they were before too, but now they are again, so it's nice.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna share my screen here. I'm
Nice.
uh I'm in Genesis.
Ooh, Genesis Spawn.
Yeah,
I love Genesis
yeah.
Spawn.
Genesis
Oh, that's
Spawn,
fun.
and there's some signs. Huh? There's some signs.
Oh, hey, that's our Shipple
Follow.
plot.
Oh yeah, right over there with all the
Oh,
purpley
nice.
business.
Nice.
Okay, now I want to go over there and take a look.
Oh,
It's
that's
been a
fun.
while. Yeah,
Yeah, we've had this project on pause for a while now, but I was just talking with Russ the other day. We are actually planning on installing some portals over here, so it's kind of exciting.
ooh, that is super exciting.
Got to burn some of that upliftium for the Dow drop. Getting pretty excited. Whoop, whoop.
Uh-huh. I'm also getting pretty excited.
Dude. Oh, there's one installed already. So that was the experiment we did to
Nice.
test borders. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice. Yeah, we want to put up the Shippletopia collection NFTs, and then what we have so far is the Shipple logos, and so all of those rectangles hanging in the sky. We want to highlight our community artists that have that participated in the logo contest and put their work up for all to see. Kind of exciting.
I like that. So, where do I start on the railroad here?
Well, if you have a cart and you just throw a cart down right there in front of you, it'll take you on, if it's still live and working, it'll take you on a loop. The idea, original idea, and this was created way back when, but the original idea, yep, that one there. Oh, yep, that's the one.
This one?
I'm about, nope, I'm about 5 seconds behind your screen share. So, yep, that one.
That one.
Yeah, yep, that's the
Okay,
one.
here we go.
And it's cool that it's
Um,
night because there's some activated light blocks that go. It's kind of fun. But the idea was back when rewards were based on just rolling around. You know, the idea was to have a rolling gallery, and so it's timed so that you can do like a full circuit in between lag clears. But
nice.
it's a good 5 minute or so loop. I can attest to that because I've tested it many times. And then we actually, and so this was many, many months ago, we've evolved quite a bit in our understanding of what can be done with a roller coaster track.
Uh,
And talking to Russ, we have some fun ideas for how to, rather than just have it be a roll by of all the cool art that will be installed, the idea is how do we make it interactive where you could actually interact with the art. And so I won't share all the spoilers and secrets, but we have some fun ideas of once we get this art installed, we wanted to install art first and then build the gallery around the art with an eye to sightlines because from Spawn you can actually just look over and see this plot. And so, you know, the idea was really showcase the art and then build the gallery in a very minimalist way so that it's open air and kind of a roller coaster experience around and through it. And so that's the vision, that's the plan for this. And then, you know, because it is so close to Spawn, the idea is that if we have some portals down below, we learned last week. You surprised me with an amazing surprise that you can actually portal from another world, from another server into Shippletopia, which is amazing. Thank you,
mm-hmm.
thank you, Sadisty, again for creating that mini rave cave portal experience. That has been very inspirational to us. I was talking to Russ. We're really excited about creating kind of a mini preview experiential here on this plot where, you know, when you're walking into Disneyland or even just walking through a movie theater, lining the walls on each side or the movie posters of the coming
Yes.
attractions or what you're about to experience, right? And so, you know,
Yes.
if we can have this plot be that preview experiential, complete with a portal hub that'll take you to Shippletopia, it'd be kind of fun. And then I was just talking to
Then,
Mello yesterday, and we're talking about connecting with some of our strategic partners because, again, this is so close to Spawn. What if it was an entrance into an uplift loop where you could actually tour through all the galleries and portal to portal to portal? And so, you know, we've been talking with some strategic partners there, with the gallery owners, and we're really excited to portal from this location into their locations so that you could actually immediately jump into where you want to go, and just help provide that good, convenient player user experience. So,
I love that. I think that would be a lot of fun. And there's some interesting plots. There's some galleries and there's some plots with things you can do and quests and stuff. So as long as finding the plot isn't part of the quest, that could be an option there too.
that's true.
Uh-huh.
Well, as you can see, you have many circles that you're winding your way through all the art, and the idea was that
Yeah.
with each layer of art, you had an opportunity to view it from both sides because we can mount art on both sides.
Yes. Yes.
And then these big, horizontal squares in the middle. The thought was, before I realized that you couldn't yet see installed art in the 2D map, the thought was, well, what if we put our big logos and you could see them from the 2D map, and maybe tech that's coming in the future. But then talking to Russ yesterday, he might get to use his map, his logo map that he's created, and install that because you can see that from the 2D map, which is kind
Yes.
of cool.
I'm falling. Am I about to die?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, hey, look, you
Oh,
pop
that's
out,
what
and then
that
there's
was
these.
for. Oh. Okay, that's
Yay! And
cool.
then there's a couple little signs that are foretellings and spoilers of potential future, which is kind of fun.
Ooh, QR codes. I
Mm.
like this.
Very fun because,
Yes.
yes, it can be a link to the experience in Shippletopia, but we're putting up the NFTs of our amazing community artists that have created stuff that's in the Shippletopia collection. What if you could have a link to the Shippletopia collection itself? And so, kind of in a preview of our punch sign get thing, where eventually at some point, either walking through a portal or hitting a sign will be the link that takes you to the thing. Where most of us in the world are using QR codes as the preview for that.
Yes, I like that.
So, so that's the kind of the picture of the vision, Jen. And as you saw, it took about a 5-minute loop.
Yeah.
So it was
Is this our sunken ship?
well timed for rewards. I think the plot line actually goes about halfway through. So I think
Ooh.
half of the ship is ours. And sadly, it was a little more built, and I cleared out my plot with dynamite, and it dynamite spreads. So I may have sunk the ship.
Well, it still comes with treasures here.
Oh yay!
Oh
This is the
yeah,
very
there's
first explorer.
good
You were the
stuff in
first
there.
explorer. Yay!
Suspicious stew and rotten potatoes. Um,
Ooh, very fun.
yes. Yeah, I'm just overall curious here. And usually
Mm-hmm.
it's through these doors where some more good stuff is. Yeah, there it is.
Ooh.
Map. Treasure map. But the
Oh,
treasure's
that's
probably not on
fun.
your plot.
Probably not.
Yeah, so and it's creative anyway, so
Oh,
it's
that's fun.
yeah.
Well, this is exciting. This is the very first explorer of the sunken ship. I had never actually come in and explored it, which is cool.
Do we have any pirate themed Shipple NFTs?
Hmm. Maybe. I mean, if we don't yet, we totally should. For
Might be
sure.
fun.
It'd be
The
very fun.
chest. Yeah.
But so,
Oh, that's the good one
oh, good stuff.
in the dining room.
Oh, that's really fun. I'm glad the chest didn't get blown up when I had an explosion of dynamite that went everywhere.
Yeah, dynamite's fun but deadly.
Too deadly. Well, and I was using it to clear under the two rail plots that I was building the coaster up,
Yeah, I
and
can tell.
it explodes like every. It's so fun. I love dynamite. I'm a big fan.
That's good. Oh yeah, there's a couple. Uh-huh.
Hole in the ground. Well, and then the thought was eventually, because you can build all the way down to bedrock,
Yeah,
eventually we can actually extend the coaster downward as well as upward, which would be fun. So
I like that
be fun.
plan.
When it comes to strategic partners, Jen, so talking to
Yeah.
Russ, we were thinking about having kind of a series of portals along the walkway here.
Hmm.
Who should we portal to? So I already talked to Mello, and he's working with TC, and so I think we're going to get into the Tub Gallery. I think will be our first strategic partner. We'll have kind of a central portal that goes to Shippletopia. And then my understanding of those is those are one ways at this point. It becomes
Yeah.
kind of a spawn portal or takes you to your last location, which is awesome. It's cool to have a convenient way to get in. But on the Genesis world, we can do point to point where we're going to specific locations. And so, what locations should we add portals to? Because it would be fun to have kind of a line of maybe not a huge hub like we have in some other places, but have a few strategic partners that we have from this plot. Who do you think we should put in there?
Well, I'm honestly a big fan of including the Uplifters Tower because it
Mm,
is so it's full of gratitude, and it's to me that's just absolutely wonderful.
love that idea.
So that would probably be the top of my list, but I'm also kind of biased because it's full of gratitudes and that's my jam.
Well, do you think you
Um,
have some connections and could get us a spot in there? Because we need an endpoint on that side too. So,
yeah, I bet I probably could if I asked
oh,
nicely.
good,
I
nice,
probably wouldn't even have to ask that nicely. They're pretty awesome. But
sweet.
I'm just taking a look here. This is the Rubik Cube. I haven't even been here yet, which is
Oh,
awful.
nice.
But the Rocket Gallery would be another one I would want to portal to.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
which would, yeah, Rocket Gallery
Kind of fits
also
our brand.
owns
Yeah.
the Rubik Cube.
Oh,
So
nice.
that would be one. I don't. I'd have to really look at my Genesis map here because I don't know a whole lot. I mean, the Mall Gallery, if I'm thinking of gallery owners, those are the two Genesis ones that I can think of off the top of my head. But then there's probably a list a mile long of other places we could go.
Yeah. Well, and for the convenience of the port, the portal itself, I think if we kind of focused on maybe perimeter plots where rather than
Yeah,
walking the 10 minutes that it would take to get to, the outside edges, I was looking through some of my plots and I actually have one up in the very north corner, and it's when we first opened the world and I first came in. It's the first place Corey visited, and we placed the first gratitude sign on my first plot ever, and so that's kind of a special plot to me. And so I have
yes.
kept that, and have I actually have a travel coaster up there too that I would go there, and that was kind of my zen when I would hang out while we were still building Shippletopia. Jen, do you remember when I got locked out of Shippletopia and I couldn't get in?
And you were stuck frozen at the reception desk, and it was really funny, but not funny.
So
Uh
funny.
huh.
Yeah, I would it'd be like, you are not allowed here. You can't break a block here. It was so great. I was
No.
like, no. So when that was happening, I still wanted some Minecraft side, and so that was where I'd go. I'd go up north and do my travel around the Quarry Gratitude Monument, and so that would be just for me personally. That would be kind of a fun historic nostalgia moment. Oh, that's a cool rocket.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's fun. It's reminiscent of our emoji rocket. That's in
It
Shippletopia.
is. It's our friends NFT Stonkers.
Oh, nice. Love them.
Yeah.
Super fun. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't get into Genesis enough.
Me neither.
I have a few plots here, and I can say that I don't think I've visited even half of them, which is silly.
Yeah,
There's
I
so many.
have. I don't have very many on Genesis. I gave a couple to my kids because I wanted them to be able to play and build. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, it turns out that my 6-year-old builds better water elevators than I do.
Oh, fun. We should get him in the
Mm-hmm.
rave cave.
Yeah. Well, you know how that
Water
one time
elevators.
when you went into Shippletopia and there was that mystery house that somebody built just in the middle of like the
Oh, yeah,
rice pit?
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
my
was that
6-year-old.
him? Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
So fun.
she's a very enthusiastic builder. This
Oh,
place
I
is
love it.
nifty. And now that
It's
I'm in
really
here, I
cool.
don't know how to get out. Probably go down, but where's down? I don't know. Maybe I can
It's
jump
really
off the
cool.
top. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I haven't. When it comes to onboarding people and bringing people in, I haven't sold many plots, but we have I'll say it this way, we have a secret group that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But I'm very excited about this secret group that we're onboarding into the Wax Space, and you'll probably hear more about them soon. Shout out to secret group. But we recently passed out some rewards, and there was 25 of them that got some uplift land on Genesis, and so now the secret group has places scattered all over Genesis world, and so I'm pretty excited to get out as they're building here over the next several months to get out and see what that group comes up with. It's
Absolutely.
it's really fun. to be able to bring in new people into an experience that's so so incredible, so life changing. I can literally say this, platform, this world, this metaverse, built on the pillars of gratitude and generosity. It's been life changing for me. I've really enjoyed my experience here. The people that I've met, the opportunities and the experiences that I've had. It it's been it's definitely been a life redirect for sure.
Absolutely, me too. It's been absolutely wonderful. I wouldn't change a second of it.
Well,
I'm
there might be a
enjoying it.
second or two that I might change of mind, but
Maybe
mostly
two
it's been really
seconds.
2 seconds. Yeah,
Maybe 2 seconds, but it's been really
authenticity.
good.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's been incredible. Well, and like so the race on Wednesday and then the rave cave on Friday that we do in
Yes.
Shippletopia, like those are the highlights of my week. It's just so fun. And then this last week we had what, like 5 or 10 new people come in that had never been there, thanks to the Uplift portal that helped, give a convenient way to get in. And I experienced something there that I don't think I had experienced for months. In the text chat, once we went live and opened the event and people were flowing in the text chat, I saw a couple different times, where am I? What world is this? What is this? And I hadn't seen that for
Yes.
months. I loved that.
It
It's like
was
there's new
wonderful.
people. Because the worst thing for an artist or for a builder, for a creator, is to create something and then not have people see it, right? And so, that wonder of new people coming in and experiencing something that we spent some time on for sure.
Yeah.
Seeing people come in and experience that for the first time and have that wonder. And then there was a couple of them that just like, one of the guys won the race 2 times in a row. I'm like, okay, this guy's a Minecraft player for sure.
Yes.
Oh, and then the rave cave, the murder box with the lava floor.
Yes.
Very Tory coming in and just dominating that game. Oh my goodness,
Yes.
it's been fun. It's been
It's
really
been a
fun.
lot of fun, and it's only going to be more fun. There's no doubt about that. It just is a matter of more time, more portals, more fun.
Well, I waxed nostalgic and I rambled a bit. But who else? Who else could be strategic partners for us that we would portal to? Who's
Well,
up in the top corner? Like
I'm
Michael
heading.
EOS USA or Jimmy or
Yeah. I think Alien Worlds has a plot that's far out there too,
oh,
and they would
that's
be a good one.
right. I own the plot like right at the entrance, so where their entrance comes out from their plot to the rail, I own that rail. That could be a good portal
Oh,
spot.
well,
Yeah,
that's
because then
perfect.
yeah, we could take people like right up to the entrance to Alien Worlds. That's a really good idea. I love that.
Well, I'm just heading toward the edge here. There seems to be a wall.
A
It
big
is a big
box.
wall.
I
It
think that
is. Huh.
is that one of those don't obstruct the rail boxes?
I think it's one of those. Well, I mean, you can fly around it and stuff, but it's a. What even is this? And now I want to know. Can I go
I
this
know.
high?
Could you go spectator and
I'm still
pop
going
inside?
high. I'm hoping it'll be open on top. No, it
Oh
isn't.
no. I,
Ugh.
I, I think it might be time for spectator, Jed.
Well, that's the hammer's job. I'm just here
Oh.
for fun.
Oh, there you go.
I
I'm
think
curious if down on the rail, if you can like, oh, you can. It looks like it's open. You can sneak in.
Yeah, I'm totally
Oh,
curious.
that's
It's
fun.
probably just a big box.
I mean, this is genius marketing though, because it makes people wonder what it is. Oh, that's kind of.
Yes, it's
It's an
totally
empty
just
canvas.
big empty box. I'm falling. I do not want to fall in here. I will get disoriented and it will be a bad time.
That's really fun.
But yeah, there's all kinds of like I'm on the edge of the map here, so
Hmm.
I was thinking I'd head out to one of the corners and just see what's there.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, it's taking a while, and that's cool.
The travel time, yeah. When we built these worlds originally, you remember the old world when, gosh, over a year ago, when the concept and the idea first started, and the thought was to put like everybody in the same map on the same world and have it be like hours
One
and
world,
hours and
one map.
hours across. Oh, geez. I remember the first time I went into that world, I swam for literally over an hour trying to get to like I was trying to go west, and it was one of my first times in Minecraft ever, and I didn't realize that I could get a boat. like go a little faster. So
That's
I just
hilarious.
swam for an hour, and then as soon as I got to land, I died. No.
I could get a boat, but the whole getting to land and dying business, though, that's probably
It
the worst.
it was pretty funny. It was pretty
Ah,
funny. It
somebody's
was
watching us here.
oh nice. What's up?
Remix Worlds. Hello.
It was the moment I realized that falling from a height killed you. Was after I had
Yes.
swam for an hour. I was like, oh, that's a thing.
I don't know
So
what this
fun.
place is, but it has a ride.
Oh,
Oh,
that's fun. Ooh, slime blocks.
yeah.
Slime blocks are the
Oh,
best.
am I in a maze now? Can I get out?
Uh oh.
Hi.
Well, I mean, you can.
It's Genesis. Everybody can fly.
Yep, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I don't know what this place is, but it's interesting and it has a ride.
That's cool.
Let's see what else is out here, because this is the corner. So there's a green critter here.
Which corner are you in? Are you in the bottom left corner or
Uh,
bottom?
I just went some random direction. I'm in the 29 and 4630.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in
So
that
that must
corner.
be the bottom right corner of the. Must be
So,
fun.
yeah.
Ooh, star.
Yeah. I feel
My
like that's somebody's logo and I've seen it before.
yeah. My
Hmm.
kids have three plots right next to each other, over by the blue base. What's their logo? Over by Gary Boyd's spot, and then there's that
Okay.
the big blue box. They have three plots right there. My three kids, and of course my youngest came in, and like the first thing that was built on her plot was the word poop because her age. That's hilarious,
Yes.
um, but that's been really fun seeing them get to come in and experience and build, and then my middle child, my son, he's told me a couple times, Dad, I want to do the parkour event. So when you do a parkour event, make sure I get to come in. So
Yes.
we'll probably bring him into a race here one of these Wednesdays, and he can kick all of our butts at the race.
I like that plan.
The
Oh,
wax plot.
Wax
Yeah,
is here.
good times.
That's cool. No big deal.
Well, hey,
Totally big
Jen, do
deal.
you want to give us an update? Have you had a chance to meet with Lori and Crystal yet on the Shipple Gives, Shipple charity stuff? I'd love to get an update on that. How's that going?
I have not met with them yet. We're actually meeting this afternoon,
Oh,
so
nice.
that's how that's going.
I
We're gonna
love it.
hang out this afternoon and see what's what and update, and I don't know, probably like I'm assuming there's a mountain of paperwork or something. So
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so excited about that. Thank you again for being willing to take that on with Lori and Crystal. Lori is our Shipple auntie who's come in to help, run the Shipple Gives charity that's in process, not a charity yet, but actually in paperwork to become a full 501c3. The advice that we received was that public charity made more sense than a foundation, just when it came to the types of donations that either have come in or were likely to come in, and the participation of the community. And so, that's the paperwork that's in process. And because I I wear a few hats and have a few different projects that I'm involved with, what became very apparent was that it needed to be a project that I wasn't in charge of or or leading or responsible for. So thankfully, Lori and Jen and Crystal have jumped in to handle the paperwork side of it and really lead moving that forward. CK7 is involved as kind of a steering committee, and then there's a few others that I'm sure the community will get to meet here as we get closer to official launch of the Shipple Gives charity. But I'm just so thankful for you, Jen. I'm so thankful for everything that you have built, you've created, all the blood, sweat, and tears that has gone into this metaverse and everything that it is and means. And I'm really excited that Shipple gets to continue to have life, in this metaverse. I have to admit, I get a little impatient when it comes to the paperwork processes and
hmm
the zeros and ones and the dev time and the build time. And there's some things that I would love to see happen faster. than they do. So, so I'm thankful that paperwork isn't my favorite. I'm very thankful that you and Crystal and Lori have been willing to take that part on, so I can just step back and not have to feel like I'm banging my head against the wall every day, trying
Absolutely.
trying to make things happen faster than they're supposed to. And so I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful that there's so many incredible team members. I'll say team, but it's community, like, right? We're all just community members, but there's so many that have risen up to help and support and build and create and have become part of this almost universal team where we all have just similar vision, and we're pushing forward and working to build and create. It's a cool thing to be a part of.
Absolutely. I'm excited about all of it and excited about the future, and I'm
Mhm.
excited about the race later today. That's going to be fun.
So exciting.
Yes. And so tell me, what is going on with Blue Deck these days?
So I get to say I'm so excited, and that's new. Like, it, that's another place where I've been kind of impatient, and we all want to see things happen faster than they do, and development takes time. But I was pretty impatient for a while, and I'm like, why aren't things happening? And it could be so cool, and I'm so excited for what it will become. And then about a month ago, Corey asked me to jump in and help out, and he's a good friend of mine, and so I said, of course, absolutely. And I'm still just a community member, volunteering to help out, but I'm really excited to, now that I'm helping helping build and helping create, I'm really excited to see where things are going and what's happening behind the scenes, because when you don't see or hear or know what's happening behind the scenes, I think all of us get impatient a little bit, right? And so, one of the things I agreed to take on was doing a daily update in our Blue Deck Discord. And
Yep.
so I've been doing a daily update, and some days there's not a lot to say, right? Because things move at the speed that they move. But part of my commitment is that I wanted to make sure that the community had an update of some sort every day. And I think today the update was, if you want spoilers, potentially check out the Shipple show.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to everybody that joined us from Blue Deck Discord. But when it comes to what is happening behind the scenes, I had a pretty incredible conversation just recently, last night, with Corey. And then I had an incredible conversation with Jimmy, talking through kind of the finalized framework of the new plan, moving forward. And the vision back to August and September, if you go back and watch some of those lives where, Corey and Jimmy were brainstorming about what the future could hold. I did. I went back and watched through those. And that vision is so powerful. That idea is incredible, right? And so we're now finally to the point where we have some more freedom than we had before, and we have the ability now to move forward and enact some of these ideas that have existed in the idea stage for the last 4 or 5 months, involving NFTs. NFT staking, NFT as both the ability to stake and then also receive as reward, as part of the service platform that's provided to the community, because it's community tools, it's community pools. Blue Deck is a platform that's designed to be used by the community, and so we've been reaching out to strategic partners, and there's some things I can't say, but
That's okay.
in this conversation with both Corey and Jimmy last night, we're just so excited. I'm so excited about, I'll even say, the near future. I was just talking to Bad Gifter here within the last 24 hours, and he's amazing. He's come in and reworked the website, and fixed a bunch of the bugs and helped with the zeros and ones, because he has that genius brain. And Blue Deck, the website is functioning better than it's ever functioned. It's smooth, and that's been amazing. Because there was just so many bugs there for a while, and thank you to all the community that was so patient with us, or I guess I wasn't part of the team then, but so patient with the Blue Deck team while they were working their way through bugs. And And zeros and ones is another thing that I get impatient about, and I want it to just, everything to happen and be fixed immediately, and it just takes work, right? It just takes time. The genius brains with the zeros and ones, it just takes the hours that it takes to build and create and fix and troubleshoot and all that. So
Yeah.
thank you to the community for being patient through that process. When it comes to what's next, we are getting close to finally being able to integrate NFTs, both in the, I'll say, in the input and the output, which is kind of fun. And we have some cool ideas that have been inspired by, what we've seen in the industry around us. Nifty Blocks has some pretty cool super blend opportunities. Micah with Kate, with what they've done with tokenized NFTs, has created some just incredible tech and infrastructure that can be used to move back and forth between tokens and NFTs in an interchangeable way that can provide some additional liquidity. We're looking at integrating that. When it comes to what Our Planet has done with the dynamic staking, they have evolved their model and they've continued to be an industry leader. I love Our Planet. I've been heavily involved in that platform from the moment Corey said, "Hey, you should check this out." I think that next 24 hours I didn't sleep because I checked it out and I'm like running my calculator and I'm texting Corey at
Yeah.
3 a.m. I'm like, "Are you serious? Is this math real? Is this real? I don't like. How is this possible? How can you put in a little bit and get a lot of it? How does that work?"
Yeah.
Well, it turns out it works for a while, and then there's that peak where anything
Yes.
that's too good to be true is unsustainable. And so
Yeah.
it may go up like this, but then it goes down like this. And so we've seen that kind of across the board in most of the crypto projects, right? Where anything that gives out too much or it's too good, all the way from Our Planet to Farmers World to everything where you see that mountain, right? And what happens is eventually it goes up, it goes down, but eventually it finds that stable floor, and the market
Yes.
decides what the right price is based on use case, based on inflation. And I think we're seeing that with Blue Deck. It went like this, it went like this. And I think what we've seen over this last 30 days is the inflation looks to be, controlled even before we hit use case on, NFT integration and collab with strategic partnerships and being able to actually use, spoiler, Blue to buy NFTs and to use Blue to blend with other tokens for NFTs that could get you into new pools. Like there's some pretty fun ideas, but
I
then it
like
takes
it.
zeros and ones time, right? It just takes dev time.
Yeah.
But the ideas are there, and the team is there, and they're working hard. And I'm excited to see what they put out here within the next month or two. It's gonna be pretty exciting. It's gonna be pretty fun. So
Absolutely.
I think I said more than I was supposed to, but there you go. Spoilers.
Well, I love spoilers and I love what is to come. So, do you have any spoilers that you're willing to drop about the next set of pools and when they're launching?
Yes. So I was talking to
'Cause-
Corey about that last night, and shout out to Nathan. Nathan has been the dev behind the scenes that has set it all up, and then has been doing the contract work to reset those pools. One of the things that we actually announced last month is that we wanted to move to a base primary pool model with the opportunity for additional pools that communities could either earn or with a strategic partnership could come in and do a collab. And so we've been reaching out to those strategic communities, strategic partnerships, and it's likely we'll do probably a reset of current pools, and I think we're at a 7-day countdown before the next pools or the current pools end, and then we'll do a reset on current pools. But it looks like we're getting close to being able to add in the first of our new strategic partner community pools. Bad Gifter is actually planning to be on the show next Wednesday with Jimmy and Corey. We'll put out that info. We actually had him scheduled last week. He ended up having a personal conflict and so wasn't able to make it. But we are at this point planning to have him on this next Wednesday. We'll be able to talk through that a little bit. And then that'll be right at that reset point where we'll be able to talk about the new pools resetting and then the potential new. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't say too much more about it until they're live. But we've been working again, behind the scenes, working to get those set up and created here over this last month. And so it looks like we're getting close to being able to launch the first of those. And I'll say this. So Bad Gifter also has Our Land, which is another cool game, another cool platform. They have a token called Bit. They have been involved, in primary pools, and Bad Gifter modeled and experimented with some of the initial like phase one community pools, doing some Aether for Aether and Bit for Aether and that type of thing. And so one of the things we're looking to do is partner with Our Land as kind of a initial model to show what is possible and show what could be done with a collab integrated community strategic partner pool. And so shout out to Our Land. Love you guys. And Bad Gifter, again, you're our hero. we really appreciate you and all the work that you've put in and everything that you've done. And it looks like moving forward we'll be able to directly benefit your community first and foremost as a result of Bad Gifter being so directly involved in just serving his service to help build community. I'm going to do a gratitude, Jen. I'm thankful for people that build and create instead of tear down and destroy.
Yes.
We all have those two options. You can either jump in and help and build and create, or you can tear down and destroy. And my life is better, and my time is spent more productively when I hang out with people that build and create.
Absolutely.
I'll leave it at that.
That's perfect.
What are you grateful for, Jen? What's your gratitude today?
Oh, I'm grateful for a full day of productivity. My to-do list is about 4 days long and I have one, but I have one. So
To-do lists. Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
it's nice
then
to
we
have a
should
list. Be
we should
organized.
probably not ramble on too long on the show. I have a tendency to ramble, so
Yeah, me
we can end
too.
a little early. I do have a question for you. When it
Okay.
comes to strategic partners with Blue DAC, Corey's asked me to jump in and help on the community communication side. Who else do you think I should be reaching out to when it comes to Blue DAC community partners? You know a little bit about the vision and the purpose of the program. You were actually one of the early experimental guinea pigs that came in and was experimenting with community pools and setting those up.
Oh
And
yeah.
who do you think we should reach out to, community strategic partner wise, and connect Blue DAC services with where we're headed with liquidity for tokens, liquidity for NFTs, ability to interchange back and forth between tokens and NFTs, not only within your own community token and NFT, but within other community token and NFTs, and do collabs. Where we're headed is pretty cool. Who else should we partner with? Who else should we involve in that?
I have a couple of thoughts. NFT stonkers, because they're amazing. Um, they would always be a good choice. They're willing to jump in and develop things the community needs, so they'd be awesome.
Love
Um,
it.
I am drawing a blank on a name here, but the wonderful folks who created the tokens gold and silver, they
Oh
have
yeah.
been active. They've been airdropping things. Like I discovered them because suddenly I had silver and I didn't know where it came from.
Oh, that's awesome. Weren't
And
they the ones
then
that did? They had Blux and Purple, and they have that music sharing platform where they aren't they the ones that have gold and silver?
I
I think it's
think so, but I
Sex,
think the two
CEX.
platforms, yeah, CXC, the two
Oh yeah.
platforms are unrelated, but the
Oh,
same
okay.
crew of people.
Oh, got it.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, the one of them happened to be in the comments on one of my shows one morning, and I was
Oh,
able to
nice.
ask a pile of questions, so that was handy. But
Love it.
they are, yeah, they'd be a good partner because they want to be involved, so that makes it easy. In terms of anything involving NFT partnerships, collabs, or super blendy type things, Art Vending Machine,
Mm.
hands down. They seem to really like that sort of thing.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Do they have a token as well, or do they just do NFTs?
Right now, it's just NFT art.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So we just need to have them make a token.
Uh, yes, but with somehow it has to have some utility out there too. So how's that going to
Yes.
work? Hmm.
Well, we can
So many
help with that, I think.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, Kate for the token to
Mm-hmm.
NFT and back again, they'd be
Yep.
invaluable.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm just trying to think of who has NFTs and a token that would be willing to work with the back and forth. I'm not. I'm kind of drawing blanks on that one. That's not my area of expertise, but I'm sure it's out there.
You know what? I have another question for you, and then this
Hmm.
segues, I guess. But we have that shop in Immersis
Yeah.
for Shippletopia, and the initial goal or the thought was that it would be a place where we can host, community, our partners, people that are artists that are part of the Shipple community. We have some NFTs in the Shippletopia collection as well, but beyond that, the thought or the goal was to be able to host our community that want to come in and put a link to their NFT collection and then have the tech dream is to have a portal into Shippletopia, the event space from our Immersis retail shop. Being able to portal into the Shippletopia event so people could actually join the race and join the rave cave by walking into through a portal in Immersis. That we've been told that the tech is a ways out on that, but that's my dream. That's my idea of a connected metaverse is being able to portal into an event experience, and then whether it's a QR code or whether it's a link or a portal that you walk through in the uplift, actually walk into the Shippletopia shop and click buy on a NFT or real world item, and just have those all the lines, all the walls that separate our platforms, just blur those and put doorways. I'm excited for that.
I love that. I think that's going to be a ton of fun, especially once it's all connected and together.
Somebody actually had an idea on a comment in a previous show that we did about having an ATM, a blue DAC ATM on the corner in front of our Shippletopia store there in Immersis, and I love that idea, because a lot of times you'll come to a place, and so many of the games and platforms have their own token, and you can buy their NFT with their token, and you may not have that token, right? And so,
Yeah.
what if you could come to an ATM and whatever you have, just easily exchange it for whatever else you needed? Or maybe you have NFTs and you want tokens. What if you could just exchange NFTs for tokens in almost like a vending machine ATM style? How cool would that be? To have Blue Deck be that synergistic web that allows communities to connect and players to, with liquidity, move back and forth and buy and purchase and experience. And I'm excited to get to that world. That's the world that I want to live in. So,
I love that. I think that's all going to be absolutely wonderful. And I do think that there does need to be some sort of an integration of marketplace and metaverse. Because that
mhm.
seems to me anyway, that seems to be what's lacking.
Hmm. It's fun to dream. It's fun to brainstorm.
Absolutely.
My challenge is, I think some of my or our just all of us, we have these dreams and we have ideas, and then the poor genius brains that have to make the zeros and ones are going like, oh, that's so much work. one,
Yes.
of- one of the things I hear often is something along the lines of, you have no idea how much dev time that would be. But what I hear in that, it's not impossible. It's just a lot of dev time. So, then it's a matter of prioritization and cost, right? Because dev time just costs money. And so, how do we justify, that level of infrastructure development? Well, really, what justifies it is enough people wanting it. As soon as enough people want a thing and are willing to either pay for it or contribute to the creation of it, that's the point where it becomes no longer astronomically too expensive to consider. Who would have thought 50 years ago that we would have people building their own rockets and flying into space? And here we are, right? As soon as enough people want it, they do whatever it takes to make it happen. So, it's Russ. What's up, Russ?
Briefly. Yep,
He looked like he was busy electrifying.
I think so. I think that was what today was.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's time for something. I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, oh, I've got something going on now and I don't know what it is.
ooh, we should let you get to it then.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna have to check my
Jen,
calendar. But this is fun.
this was a pleasure. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoy these times where we get to just dream and brainstorm, and it was fun being in World. I love being able to see Genesis. Haven't been in there for a while, so it's really fun to
Yes.
see it.
And just a reminder, we've got the race on tonight. It'll be in the CK voice chat, and we will meet somewhere and go places. There's a portal and uplift. We can walk you through from CK if you need a hand. So the race tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern.